Hey, this is Zenny.
And this is Sinny.
Uh, so this is our first episode of Late Night Stutter.
We're here to rock your world.
So we've got a few topics to talk about today, but
Oh yeah, let's
Cinny
do it.
hasn't told me all of his. I haven't told him all of mine. I'm gonna spring them up on each other. That's gonna be a
Oh
little
yeah.
bit of fun. Um,
Let's get
so
right into it.
yep. All right. First thing, we're just gonna introduce ourselves. Like, who are we? So you might have heard my voice. I've got the deep but soft sounding voice.
Sexy
Jake.
voice.
Yes. Jake is getting a new microphone pretty soon.
Yeah, I need one. This Razer one's not doing me good.
On that note,
Uh,
actually, I'm planning on purchasing a Go XLR. It's just going to serve a couple features that I desperately need, especially now that we're recording. So, yeah, voices will be cleaner and things like that. It's going to be pretty sweet. Um, First thing about myself is I'm in Australia. Sydney is all the way on the other side of the planet.
I'm an
Um,
American baby.
yes. Uh, so I used to be huge into audio, but now I'm kind of just like just more of a gamer. That's pretty much like I've been playing video games since I was a little kid. Favorite video game, Super Metroid. Um, I play it every year. Yeah, but now I'm kind of just playing a lot of shooters. So you might see a lot of shooters come onto the channel. That's all we've got so far, first person games, but I have a planned video with a friend. Yeah, you might
Look forward to it.
yes, you might already know at least one of us, especially if you're a current subscriber. Um I've always been known as either Comfy Zenny or Zentradi. Yeah, both of us, well, why don't you talk about yourself first before I get into that?
All right. I'm Sinny. I'm 24 years old. I am very cringy, which you all will kind of get a feel for that eventually. Uh, I do have a stutter. It can get very bad from time to time, which again, you all will eventually see. My favorite game series is the Drakengard series from the PS2 and PS3 days. If any of you guys have played it, please let me know because we have something in common. Love those games. Yeah, then I also have the Resident Evil games. See, there's my stutter. The Silent Hill, Dynasty Warriors, and Halo. They all have a special place in my heart. I played them when I was younger, especially Halo. 4 years old when I played it. Uh, my older brother gave me the giant Duke controller, which could not fit in my hands because tiny hands. I do have a young husky. Her name is Nova. She will make appearances whenever I get my webcam working, and I really cannot wait for the future that is ahead of us.
Awesome. Yeah, Cine, are you planning on streaming a lot or every now and then or not really planning on it?
I would love to stream as often as I can. The only issue with that though is that summer is right around the corner. I just
Yeah.
got a mountain bike and I really want to go outside. I want to get back into shape. So for the time being, I will stream whenever I can.
Cool, cool.
So just look out for that. It'll mostly be shooters, kind of like how Zen said.
Yeah, I've been streaming for a couple years now and I've gone up and down with popularity and how decent my content is because my stream kind of relies on talking to people, you know? And from time to time, I just kind of disappear. But I really want to work on that. Um, yeah, so what I'm
So
getting
Chris,
at
I have a
is
question for you.
yes,
Are you nervous about streaming, becoming a YouTuber? Like, are you shy? Is it something that you want to overcome?
I used to always be like really bad, but that was actually how I started streaming. My friend, well, you did too. It was both you and Turlox were saying like I need to socialize more and talk to doctors and get a grasp of things. And the
Mm.
first idea was start out small, start streaming, because this is when Quake Champions came out, and I fell in love with that game. And I started meeting people in the community, and yeah, everyone's just started saying slowly together, start streaming. You can talk to people, and it'll help you, socialize, but from within your own home. And it worked tremendously. I'm actually really surprised by how well it worked. I can just, start up a stream and talk to people. I can. I think Sinny was nervous to start recording videos and everything, but for
Oh,
me, that was just the natural evolution.
yeah, you have to keep it going. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm nervous about, talking to a camera, talking to like basically no one. Like I'm talking to a screen at the moment. Like
Mm,
it's weird. It's very I wouldn't say socially awkward, but it's just I just feel like I'm not good at talking. I'm a much better when it comes to messaging and texting.
mm,
But it's like I need it. I need to get better. I want to better myself. And so what better way to do that is to do with what, Zen said. He's like, it's I gotta go out, I have to try, I gotta get myself out there. It's just a nice push to do it, with Zen, so I have someone else to share my feelings and this burden that I have on myself at the moment.
mm. Um, so now that we've introduced ourselves, I want to get on to the first topic I've put down. Uh, how do you feel with the YouTube channel so far?
I think it's going strong. Well, remember those all YouTube channels start off small. We're never gonna get anywhere unless we really, put our heart and soul into it. Push. Don't give up. Don't give into any of the people that comment saying, bad videos or trash. There's gonna be those people, but it's like how everyone have almost all the popular YouTubers out there, they all say, it's like, oh, you know, the haters are my I forget what the phrase is, but like they boost them. I don't see
Mm,
that, but it's just I just kind of ignore them, just kind of push them aside because they're just trying to hate on what we love doing, what we want to do. But
exactly.
yeah, it's like I think it's going good. We have a lot of videos lined up, like just basic ideas that we're gonna do. We have some future, kind of like what Zen said. He has a video already kind of in motion. It,
Hmm.
but yeah, it's like I'm working on it, trying to think of some of the videos that I want to do. But so, what about you? What videos are you gonna try to do in the future?
Um, well, I've messaged a few people saying I want to do content with them, and everyone that I've asked so far has said they're keen. One specific guest is locked in. We just have to specify a time rather than, a time zone. Um, the way I feel about like what's gone on so far with the channel, it's been overwhelmingly positive. I wasn't expecting what we've
True,
seen so far. Like the first
true,
video,
true.
we uploaded it, and within like 12 hours, it had like 50 views or something, and like
Mm.
every single rating was a like rating. And I just wasn't expecting that. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. Like I totally agree with that one.
yeah. Um, I feel like our last video though, kind of, we haven't been seeing the same reception as our first video, so I feel like it's made me a little bit self-reflective. Like maybe we need to work. We need to find what it is we need to work on. Um,
Mm.
I don't know if it's we're not funny enough. I don't know if it's like a I don't know what it is. But with that said, there are a few things I haven't done specifically for the YouTube algorithm correctly and things like that. And I've only just realized that, last night. And So that's what I'm going to be working on for behind the scenes sort of stuff. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy. Like, I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting an only positive reaction from people.
Hmm? Yeah, like it's rather insane, just the sheer positivity. Yeah, like you said, about 12 hours, he had 50 views. But it's like looking back on the Vermintide videos that we made,
Mm,
I definitely feel like, again, just me personally, that we aren't as funny as we were in our Destiny video that we posted.
mm, I agree.
It's like I definitely just feel like we were kind of just like monotone. Like I wouldn't really say like, well, yeah, I said monotone, but it's like I feel like it's just more we
We went on
weren't.
autopilot.
Yeah, it was just kind of okay, we're doing this, but it's like, well, it's like the Destiny video. We really, it was just how we did it. Like to me personally, I think Destiny's a little bit more fun because I'm used to it. I'm used to how it's like I'm
Mm,
not really used to Vermintide and how that game is. I'm kind of focusing on you know mechanics, the gameplay of it, trying to figure out what's what over the whole like video making thing. But it's like with Destiny, me and you knew how to play it. We were just kind of messing around. We could
yeah.
focus on other stuff on top of the gameplay that we did. But again, that's just how I view it. I still enjoyed it. I watched it once or twice, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can work with this.
Mm,
We still had some good views. The Vermintide Part 2 hasn't been up for very long, but it's getting there.
yeah.
It just takes time. Well, as
Yeah.
most things do in the world.
I feel like the flow of the Destiny video is a lot better than both the Vermintide videos, but there's just like one part in the Vermintide video, part one, that makes me laugh so much harder than anything else we've said or done so far. And it was just
Oh, is it the door?
no. It was just on the spot where John, which is one of our friends, he was playing with us. He's just like, "All right, everyone, get into a corner," and and I was just like, "The room is a circle,"
It's a circle, dude.
and we all just like lost it at that. It's just so stupid. And
I think. Yeah, I agree, dude. That was great. I thought it was unexpected where that okay, everyone get into a corner.
yeah,
Uh, what corners?
I think we just got to try and figure out how to make back and forths like that happen a little bit more often. But that's so, like that's saying maybe I'll
We
bring
can do
that
it.
up later. I don't want to segue into the topic right away. I want you to talk first.
Well, it's like before we progress to one of the topics I have. That's like things like that are just spur of the moment. They're just us being stupid.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, it's like there was also I'm not gonna say any more about the video, but it's like we really can't force those things to happen. Because
Mm,
if we force it, it's not gonna be as funny as if it was just to happen.
yeah.
But it's like me personally, I feel like if we're really gonna kind of knuckle down on this, just kind of be ourselves with this one.
Hmm.
Like it's like at least to me, you're a riot. We're all funny in our own ways. We all have what we do that's funny. It's just that we just have to kind of be like, how does this work with this?
Yeah.
You know, like that'll just come with time. But on this note, how do you feel about games in as like a one whole? Like, how do you feel like games that are being made nowadays compared to back then? How like we'll take Destiny as an example, like the broken game that has DLCs after DLCs, and then the battle pass and seasons that make the game whole.
I like obviously there is good in the technology because why not make a good game better? Why not give a good game more content? Why not keep people playing for longer? Because that way you can make more money as a developer, which I suppose is good for the industry too. But especially with EA, we have seen game after game after game just broken, half developed, half baked, and the especially Fallout 76. Like
Oh God.
everyone knows the catastrophe of Fallout 76, and then it comes out on Steam, and everyone can treat it as a second launch, and they go, "Yeah, but it works now. There's actual content now," and they sell the game again. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
it shouldn't
No,
have
go ahead.
been a problem in the first place. But I mean, everyone's going to agree with me. Like that's the thing. Um, it's hard to really talk about it for me.
Yeah, it's like I agree with you 100%. It's all about the good old mighty dollar. That's all it really is. It's just about the money, and that's, at least to me, I think it's quite sad. But it's like, but again, games are becoming more and more advanced, more harder to make. They need at least some kind of steady flow of income to
Mm,
keep production, uh keep new content being made. I don't really like to talk about it, but Final Fantasy as a prime example, the subscription. WoW does it too. The subscription, yes, it's a little bit annoying, but it keeps a large chunk of money keep going in after month, which
mm,
allows them to make top quality content year round, and then seasonal updates, stuff like that. And even Destiny's sort of doing that now with the seasons. I
hmm.
know they don't do like a subscription thing, but honestly, I would like. Again, I'm gonna get crucified for this, I swear. But how do you feel about Destiny becoming a subscription played game? Would you support it? Would you be upset? Would you not do it?
With how the game is now, I wouldn't do it personally. Um, I could see like the good intention in that, but
What if there was a free to play, like they keep it as it is now, but they offer the subscription for something else? Like, hey, you get kind of like how I think it's like ESO or Fallout 76 do it. They get like bajillion of their premium currency every month on top of just some extra stuff. They would you
mm,
be okay with that? Would that be good?
I could see that working out pretty well. I personally wouldn't pay for it because I'm more of a purchase what you get sort of person, if that makes sense. Like, how do I explain that better?
Yeah,
I prefer direct purchase for direct results.
yeah.
But for Destiny specifically, I could see that working out very well with a lot of customers, players, and
Nice.
that would work very well for Bungie for sure.
Mm. Yeah, myself included. I'd be one of those
Yeah.
one of those dumb people. Well, I wouldn't say dumb people, but I would be one of those people that would. I've supported Final Fantasy for God. When did Heaven's Word come out? That was 2004, 2015. So I've been supporting them for the last 5 years of nonstop monthly subscriptions. I'd be one of those people that would pay that money.
Mm.
I paid for Fallout 76. I'm one of those people too.
Although
uh,
if it if it was like early access to certain content, then
ooh,
I
didn't think about that.
then I would probably be paying for it because Destiny's not it's not my favorite game by a long shot, but I do love just being able to come in and play new content in that game for sure.
Mhm. It's like, well, it's like, also, it's like this game, despite how much we both talk so much trash on it, it's a game that we could both just vibe in. It's a game where we could
Exactly.
just be like, hey, Jake, or hey, Chris, you want to just do some rounds of Crucible or something? Just something that we could just kind of chillax, don't really do much. It's like, that's where, back in the day, that was where me and Chris spent most of our time in,
Hmm.
Destiny 1 with a bunch of our friends. God, countless hours in Destiny 1. I'm not proud of. Not proud of it at all. But yes, it's like that game also it holds a spot in my heart. 'Cause that's, where I met a lot of my best friends at.
Hmm.
Bloodborne.
Yeah.
That 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 Bloodborne is a game that is where me and Chris met when Bloodborne first came out. You remember that, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
That was I forget the boss. But yeah, me and Chris met on Bloodborne when it first came out. I think it was like a week after launch,
Yeah,
and
something like that.
yeah, and like he was needing help on like, and I don't remember the boss. It was years ago, but he just happened to summon me, and I messaged him afterwards, and I was like, hey, let's game. It's like, you're chill. Let's do something. And it's like ever since that day, oh, we've we've grown as friends, Chris, and I will
Hmm.
continue to stay by your side.
Oh,
You know what? I would never have changed that. You know what? It's funny though. If you didn't summon me in, none of this would be happening.
yeah.
It's funny to see how life works in that way, where it takes one thing, one word, one sentence, a happy coincidence like that. That's all it takes. It's scary. It it frightens me a little bit how different life could be without the people I have in my life at the moment. And I know you feel the same.
Hmm.
But
Absolutely.
it's but it's like, besides Destiny, what other game do you feel you could just straight up vibe in? Like a game where you could just kind of sit down and just play and just pay no attention to the outside world. Would you say Quake?
See, that's the thing, dude. It used to be, but lately I've just lost interest in Quake. I don't know why. I think it's just because
Oh,
like the game used to have these things called rune challenges, and they
okay.
were you would unlock them through the loot boxes that you get just for completing matches. And yeah, there's like I don't even know how many of them, hundreds. And say you get 10 for a character, and you complete those 10 challenges, then you would get like a special challenge, and you complete that special challenge, and you get a specific shader for your character. And everyone knows when they see that shader, that's for that, you did it sort of thing. And then there's like a master tier shader, and that means like you have grinded really fucking hard on one character for countless hours to get that shader, and everyone knows it.
Bragging
And
rights.
exactly, it's bragging rights. But the thing is, that was the one thing in the game that was like it gave
It
you,
kept you going.
yeah, it was a reason to play when you didn't feel like playing. So
Hmm.
I used to play this game anywhere from 10 to 15 hours every day. I was just
I
playing
remember.
Quake. Yeah. And yeah, they did an update because a lot of people were complaining just about like the whole monetization system, the whole progression system, things like that. So they changed it all. And with that, they got rid of the challenges. And ever since, just my love for the game has just been slowly dwindling just because I find less and less reasons to play it. Like I don't take
No
it
incentive.
seriously anymore. I'm not I was like playing competitively but not, tournaments
Sweating.
every weekend. I played in maybe 2 or 3 tournaments and I did terribly in each. So I started taking duels, which is like the ranked, the mode to
Yeah.
play competitively. I started playing that and I got pretty good, but as I was getting good and as tournaments were starting to happen again, that was just when I lost interest. So I don't know. I've been playing it casually, like maybe once a week. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm currently searching for my next big game.
Our next big project. Sure, sure. Now, really quick, I want to bring something up.
Hmm.
So I was sitting here earlier today because I told it to you while we were playing Destiny. Future video. Uh, there's to be a video coming out soon. During that video, I mentioned how when we did some private matches earlier today, how I was using a controller for on PC,
Hmm.
and I don't know about you, but I do rather well with a controller on PC. How do you feel on gamers? I'm talking to all my gamers that use a controller on PC and you play shooters, like Destiny or COD. How do you feel about using a controller on PC? Do you feel like you should get good with the keyboard and mouse, or should you play with what you're comfortable in, and if you're good with it, stick with it? How do you feel about that?
That's the thing with PC. You can pick and choose anything you want.
Mhm.
Controllers, accessibility devices, mouse and keyboard. There are mice with 1,000 buttons and everything
Those
like
weird
that.
looking.
Yeah. I think you should be free to use whatever you want. But with that said, I have definitely raged at some players using controllers because, like games like, I don't play it personally, but Fortnite, apparently that game has insane aim assist on your controller. Um, I know
But do you think it's
Destiny,
fair?
I think that's
Like,
up to the developers, dude. I think on Destiny, you kind of don't really notice when people are using controllers or not, so I think it's fine.
mhm.
But if if you're trying to use a specific weapon with a mouse, there are times where it feels like, oh, if I had a controller, that probably would have hit, you know? But
Yeah, like I had the same idea with the complete opposite.
mm,
Like, it's like there was a time when I was playing Halo, the Master Chief Collection. Hint, hint, future video. Um, I was sitting there and I was playing on Reach, and I was sitting there. I was like, okay, cool. And we were playing. I forget what the mode. I think it was called. It was Invasion. That was it. And I had a DMR, and I was like, okay, well, I'm using a controller at the time, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get on top of this ridge. It was on the snowy mission
mhm,
where Dr. Halsey is. And we're sitting there. And I was picking pot shots, and I was like, wow, I am missing all of these shots with a controller. And I was getting just domed with people using DMRs from across the map. And I was sitting there, I was like, okay, but if I now at longer range gunfights, I feel a lot more comfortable using a keyboard.
mm,
But if I'm in like an actual match, like a close range, normal Slayer match, like in Destiny Crucible match or something, where it's close quarters, it's not too much range. I do rather well with a controller because I'm not really fighting precision.
mm,
Now like SWAT, from the Halo game, SWAT, it's a guaranteed kill if you get a headshot. That um I forget what's called in the Destiny. They had it for a while. Uh, I don't know what the name of it is, but
I've got no
there was a
idea,
game
sorry.
mode where because it was like 150% more damage with weapons. So if you use a scout rifle in Destiny and you do that game mode, it was a one shot headshot. You would dome. Now in game modes like that, I definitely feel you're gonna be a little bit worse with a controller because you have to precision. A keyboard and mouse, you'll definitely get more precision with it. There's no doubt. But it's like I definitely feel like if you're more comfortable with a controller, you shouldn't be judged. You shouldn't be. I find so many people be like, "Oh, using controller, you're bad. Get good with a keyboard and mouse." I've been one of those people who've been made fun of, and oh, I'm bad because I use a controller. I just kind of just shrug them off. It's like at the end of the day, it's a game, and I enjoy it. I play it how I want to play it.
Mm,
Now, I definitely agree with you. There are games where the aim assist is, but I think it's more or less to compensate for how precise you can be with a keyboard and mouse.
yeah.
But Fortnite, I definitely feel like wow, this is way too much. I've seen it. I've seen videos on it. I'm ashamed to even say I've watched videos on the game, but when I was playing it for the short time, yeah, I've noticed it because I played again. I play with a controller more than I play with keyboard, and you guys will see that when I make videos in the future. Um, but it's like there's definitely like okay, would you want games to take out aim assist on controllers? If you had the choice to be like, hey, Destiny, no aim assist, would you do it?
My personal bias is no game should have aim assist
Okay.
because
Yeah. I
it's just
go no. Go ahead.
actually no, I don't agree with myself there because then I think about people's accessibility and personal potential disabilities and things like that. Uh,
Do you think it's fair if you're using a controller versus keyboard? Do you feel
in some
like
games, absolutely not. In other games, yeah, I think it's fine. Like
okay, yeah, so it's
in
bias. There's
yeah,
certain games, I get it.
yeah. What I
Would you
do,
ever use a controller?
um, it depends. Like for a first-person shooter, personally, very unlikely. Just
Okay.
because,
Precision, more
yeah,
comfortable, smoother.
yeah, it's just more comfortable for me personally. But for like third-person games or this is really uh, a lot of people would much prefer a strategy game on with a mouse because you're clicking and playing and doing
The
whatever and
RTS.
going through all the through all menus and everything. But
Hmm.
I grew up with strategy games on like PS1 and PS2, and I don't know. There's
Okay.
just the feeling of being like at a couch with those kinds of games is just so much more relaxing, than being at your PC. Well,
Yeah.
at least from like my setup.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
like I
yeah.
definitely it's like my biggest thing is like and I have nothing against keyboard and mouse. I use it. I rotate. But I would much rather, not be sitting, hunched over with a keyboard and mouse for consecutive hours of game when I could just kind of lean back, relax with a
Mm.
controller. But again, doesn't mean like I only use, the controller. But I would again preference controller is my way to play.
I think that's where we're different because like when I came on to like I've always had a PC with my family, but I never took gaming like seriously because back then my mind was solely focused on audio when I wanted a career in audio. But
Hmm?
I've changed a lot since then. And when I came to PC to really start playing video games, uh, my first like my first game was Divine Cybermancy, and shortly thereafter, I started playing Quake Champions, and I wanted to get really good really quick. So I kind of just have like this competitive edge when I play on the PC. Like it's kind of like what I want to do. I want
Yeah.
to play hard and yeah, I think that's
Hmm?
where maybe that's where we're a little bit different. Like, because like I know that you like to play games and get good and everything, but you also want to play to relax. Whereas I want to play to sweat.
Oh, trials. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, it's like you say like your first game that you really started to play was the Divine Cybermancy. Yeah, it's like I grew up with consoles. Like my first ever game I played was Halo 1 when it came out,
Mm.
and I was 4 years old. But yeah, it's like I've been playing, the Xbox, PS4,
Oh,
Nintendo games for
yeah. I just
like
mean
my
like
entire life.
Sorry for interrupting.
Oh, you
I
good?
I just mean like when I came to PC, like as a proper PC player. Like I've had
Oh
video
yeah,
games my whole life. We had a PC, but that was mostly so that we could use MSN and MySpace.
yeah.
We had Morrowind. I never finished it, but I used to play it with mods like every fucking day.
Oh, of
But
course.
yeah, I was I was just so totally focused on music and sound engineering and stuff instead. Yeah, maybe I already brought it up today. I said, yeah, I already brought up the Go XLR as my
Hmm?
previous interest in audio. I'm not currently happy with my current sound, and I feel like the Go XLR I can use that as an all-in-one solution because there's a few reasons behind the scenes, and everything like that as to why my audio sounds the way it does. Whereas with the Go XLR, I can just do an all-in-one package, you know. I'm probably going to be
Mm,
ordering one pretty soon.
yeah, you should
Yeah,
definitely, go, follow your heart with that.
yeah,
Like I'm hoping to get a Blue Yeti eventually.
yeah,
Because,
yeah.
like I said, my Razor's not good anymore when it comes to like actually good audio.
Hmm.
So what's
Um,
left, Chris? What you got left for?
I got a few things, but the first one that's on the list, so I'm just going to go down the list.
Go
Uh,
right ahead.
I was wondering, should we start streaming our podcasts? So, like,
Hmm.
we'll have the VOD, you know, but if we stream it, then, you know, people can see our faces and interact together. And actually, maybe we
That
shouldn't. I don't know.
my thing with that, and I know we talked about this a while ago. I am very self-conscious about the way I look.
True, true.
For me to show my face is going to take a bit of time for me to, and the courage to do it.
Mm.
Now it's like, but I'm still down to do like live stream, podcasts. We could talk just like we are now, and play a game or something. But I definitely, it's gonna take time for me to show my face on camera. Now I'm not
Yeah,
saying it's never gonna happen. It's gonna happen eventually.
yeah. For anyone listening, uh, on over on my stream, I've had the camera up for a couple years now, so
Yep.
I'm a little more comfortable with it. But similar to Sinny, I'm not very confident with my appearance, especially not now, because uh, just for some background, I started taking medication when I started streaming and stuff with all my friends' help and suggestions and such, because I got a few diagnoses and things like that, and it seemed like medication would be, you know, a large help, which in retrospect it really has been. But
Mm.
so I've been pretty lucky because I know it doesn't work for everyone. But with the side effect, uh, weight gain is a huge burden on one of my medications, and for me that is really, it's making me very insecure about my appearance. I've literally doubled my weight, and like I'm starting to get to the age where I'll shave and have stubble, and that's one of like my personal things that I've always been worried about. Like I do not like the idea of having facial hair. I don't know why. I hate the idea of having facial hair. And now I've got constant stubble, and like I go on camera and I see myself in the preview and everything like that on stream, and I just start to feel like shit. Um,
You are 100% a very good looking man. For
hello,
all you guys who are watching, y'all will agree with me.
thank you,
I've known you for years. I've seen you change. You still stay the same to me.
thank you very much.
Whatever you guys do, make sure that he feels loved.
Thank you.
You all won't see me for a while, but but at least you can help at least one of us at a time. Start with him. Whatever you do, start with him. Yeah, it's like just don't. It's it's weird. I say all these things, and but it's like I can never say it to myself. Like I
Yeah.
can give fantastic advice to my friends, but the advice is also applied to me, but I just don't listen to my own advice.
Mm.
It's weird. It's weird. What's the last? I know I think you have one more thing for us to talk about today.
Yeah. Well, I have two topics, but one is totally unrelated to anything, and we have been recording for a solid 40 minutes, so I think we should just get to the last topic because it's kind of related to what we're doing and what we've been talking about today.
All
Future
right.
content.
Mm,
So I want to talk about what we're doing, how it's gonna be, and you know, like, uh, you
the
want to start
longevity.
making like series, you know? Um, I've just been working on playlists, and I've been like, oh,
Hmm.
you'll do your videos, I'll do my videos, and then we'll have together videos. That's pretty much all I've said. But
Yeah.
yeah, you just talk about a series you have in mind and whatnot.
No, yes, it's like this channel. I definitely. It's like we're gonna have like the combined series of like kind of like what we've been doing like the last three videos. In the future, fourth one that's gonna be made very very soon. We have videos that we play together and we just have a lot of fun. And we're gonna have our separate ones where like it'll just be you, and then one will be just just be me, and then we'll have videos where like you'll have a guest on yours, and I'll have a guest on, and we just
Yeah.
kind of make games. Now, one that I have in mind that I'm gonna hopefully start doing very soon is I'm either torn between Resident Evil 2 and 3. Just kind of I've beaten them. I have. I won't. I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't, but I haven't played them in a while, so it's gonna be kind of new for me. I won't remember half of the stuff in those games, but it's like I definitely would much rather play games I'm comfortable with, games I'm semi good at, so at least it'll be enjoyable.
Mm.
What about you? What do you got in mind for?
Well, there's one guest that I've already talked to about bringing on very soon, but just in case she can't make it, I'm not gonna say who or what's going on. But what I'm gonna be doing for the majority of my videos with a guest's appearance is I'm gonna be playing more casual games because I grew up with comfortable console games like RPGs and strategies and just simple adventure games and things like that. But for the past 3 years now, I've been playing competitive FPS, and
True.
I kind of need a break from that. I kind of need to remember like there are other games out there that are interesting. I can't just play Quake for 3, 4, 5 years. Um,
Yeah. Final Fantasy was the same thing for me.
mm,
Now, really quick,
mhm.
I do have a suggestion for you that I'm gonna say it right now. There's a game, I'm not sure if it's on Steam. It might be. It's a game called Outward. Have you heard of it?
Outward, is that the Fallout esque game?
It's basically instead of us being a superhero, legendary person that's super powerful, we are nothing. We are the bottom of the barrel. It is a fantasy game. It's very hard. It's basically survival game, but we are we are townsfolk.
Mm,
We are very very weak. We have to do minimal quests, stuff like that. The game is hard. We have to go. We have to eat food. We have to camp. You know, Whenever you get time, look it up and let me know how you feel about it. I feel like that would be a very interesting video to make, or
okay.
like series to kind of go into. And if you all are, leave a comment down below on whether or not we should play it. 'Cause if you play the game or seen it, do you feel like that would be something you guys would be interested in seeing in the future?
Hmm. Um, yeah. Also, like on this topic of future content, uh, this is where it kind of segued back into our first topic. Where we were talking about how we feel about the videos and such. Um, maybe I should have brought this topic up right away. Uh, where do you want to go with? How do I say it? More specifically, like the feelings of the videos. Like, what is your goals with the overall of the channel, if that makes sense?
Like, do you mean like longer videos, shorter videos,
Things like that.
or do you,
That counts, but I also mean like do you want to make it like solely focused on comedy or like do
mm,
you just things like that?
it that is a very hard answer, or a very yeah answer that makes sense. A very hard question because of the simple fact that I am a jack of all trades gamer. I
Yeah.
have my funny moments. I can be very serious when I need to be for games I'm passionate about. It's definitely, I feel like I'm more leaning on the comedy-esque side of it
Mm.
because a lot of our friends and me and you are, when we're together and we have our friends, or
Your voice cut
we
out.
can
Sorry.
be, oh, sorry, we can be like if it's just me and you, or we have our friends with a current video, we can be so unbelievably insane.
This is true.
Like like we say the most weirdest stuff, but it also is just where did this come from esque thing. It's just kind of spur of the moment, just be like, uh, I'm trying to remember one from our video. Like when you got that roll snipe on me, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen. It was funny. It was funny because I was not expecting it and I was laughing and it was just a good time. Stuff like that, I feel like that is something I would like to see more.
Mm.
Just kind of spur of the moment comedy, you know. But
Yeah.
again, I definitely feel like when I play Resident Evil or something, I'm kind of gonna. It's weird to explain. I'll be a little bit of mixture of both. I know I
Mm.
can't have both, but where do you feel on that one?
That's the thing. Like, we've definitely alluded to where we're going with things, but we just haven't talked about it yet. Especially when you're doing like your own videos. I'm, I don't know exactly what you're gonna do, but I'm expecting it to be a bit, kind of chill,
Oh
uh,
yeah,
hanging out, and then there will be the moments, And that's kind of what I was planning on doing, on my side with guests. I kind of want it to be like, hey, this is X guest. We're just hanging out and like you know,
yeah.
sharing jokes and things like that. Um
That makes very like way too much sense. I will. That is honestly exactly correct.
mm,
Like I'll definitely be a chill, but have those funny moments. Yeah, that actually, yeah, that makes, yeah, that's confirmed. That's
yeah,
great. That's a great, way to describe it. So that
yeah,
I agree with you. I feel like that's what it's gonna end up being in the long run.
yeah. Well, I'm pretty happy that we both see it the same way then, because
I
we haven't talked
I
about
didn't
this
think
yet,
about
and
that.
yeah.
That's a good way of putting it. I approve.
All right, so we have a little bit of spare time. Um, is there anything extra you want to talk about before I bring up my last topic, or should I just get straight into it?
Oh God. Podcasts. Do you want to have gameplay footage in the background like the one we're gonna have right now, or would you rather it just be like the Comfort Crew logo? Like, how do you want? 'Cause I brought up the idea of the gameplay footage in the background,
Yeah.
but where do you stand on that one?
I think with the way that we're doing the channel now, that works pretty well. With like, B-roll footage and whatnot.
Chill footage.
Yeah. But the way I imagined it when I was first thinking about the podcast was like having the whole, hey, this is Zenny, this is Sinny. Today we've got a special guest. Uh, Intro video plays. After we say what topics we're going to be bringing up. Like,
Mhm.
I just expected it to be one of those. I shouldn't say expect. I just pictured up one of those.
Well,
But
next time we could try it that way.
we
Let's
could, we
see how
could.
this works. Yeah, trial and error.
Exactly, exactly. Because we're both new to YouTube. Not this
This is very true.
website, but making content. I've
What's YouTube?
like I've made YouTube content before. I used to have a channel that had about 100 videos, but it was all you know, hit record, cut, paste everything together, and then just send it out. It was kind of like it was more of like an
Trial.
archive of Quake content, really. just
Yeah,
so I could look back on it and be like, how can I improve in this situation? Things like that. Um,
that's fair. Yeah.
but yeah, with this channel, we both kind of want to let it go somewhere. We want to actually create content rather than just post content. That makes sense.
Hmm? Oh, I just thought of something.
Hmm.
In the future, if we happen to, make it big, are you looking to expand? And by expand, I mean, are you thinking about adding permanent people to the Comfy crew?
The
Or,
way the way I feel about it is, I do want to have guests, and I want to make friends and such. Like if you like what we're doing here in the Comfy crew, on every video I'm gonna leave a link to both Sinny and my Twitch and Twitter handles. I'm also going to be leaving links to, guests' Twitter handles and whatever else they want to advertise for themselves. Um, but yeah, if we continue to have guests on like over and over and over, and we actually like having them on, and we end up having them, like, say we're doing a podcast and we end up having 3, 4 podcasts with the same person, and we consider them a friend, then yeah, I'd love to invite them. Like, why not? If they want to edit for us, things like that. And I'm friends with them, then yeah, for sure. I don't know
alright,
about
sounds good.
making it like a huge, 50 people. Like, screw that.
Oh god, no. Oh god, no. I agree. That's way too many. That's like, yeah, it's like I was just like, I don't know, like the idea just popped into my head.
Hmm.
That's like, either way, I'm happy with how this is going. But it's just, just a small thought I had in the back of my mind.
Hmm.
What is last on your list, good sir?
All
You
right.
s-
So
you've been
this
bu-
shouldn't.
you've been building this one up.
It's a disappointing one. I didn't mean to build it up. It's the last one
Oh,
because
how
it's
dare
so
you!
off topic.
All
Uh,
right, shoot.
we're gonna have to be quick because we don't have much time left. So
7.
apparently, apparently, where did it come from? I should have found the source first. Screw it.
Wow, wow.
That's something I can improve on for next time. Um,
Oh,
a journalistic company, I can't remember who, like an outlet, got a lot of quote unquote confirmations from many different devs talking about Nintendo and plans for like releasing and announcing footage. And I am personally a huge Nintendo fanboy. I yeah, I sweat them hard. Um, apparently, there's no Nintendo Direct in replace of E3 this year, which I think a lot of people were expecting because they did it last year, and there's a current pandemic going on. My voice just cracked.
yeah,
There's a
it
current
did.
pandemic going on, and I mean it makes sense, but at the same time, they haven't had a full Nintendo Direct in a pretty long while now. They've done like the Nindies and such, but
Mm,
I think for E3, people are expecting like maybe some footage or teaser of Metroid Prime 4, some more information on Breath of the Wild sequel, some
mhm,
more information on potentially Xenoblade, like for all we know,
mhm.
the Xenoblade Chronicles remaster might even get an expansion. Like, who knows?
Yeah,
Nintendo's been crazy for the past couple years.
they've been pumping out content,
Yeah,
like games, everything. It's kind of insane to see them just come out of left field like a truck, just
yeah.
blowing people over.
But it's been.
It's like,
Sorry, you go.
oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's just
Like,
been kind of weirdly. It hasn't been silent from them for the past few months, but like, it feels like they're hiding something at least. I was suspecting they were hiding something, and then it's just like, yeah, no Nintendo Direct. We don't have anything. It's just like, oh crap, like what's going on then? But I mean, there is a pandemic, so what can we expect?
Yeah, like Nintendo does not stay quiet for long.
Mm,
I expect something soon. Like again, I'm not the biggest fan of Metroid, but I definitely think that's probably going to be their biggest game besides Breath of the Wild.
mm,
Like no doubt in my mind. Like once they reveal anything on it besides what they already have, Nintendo will just blow up. Like they're going to get flooded with people, money, people asking, release dates, etc. I just let them have their time, let them do what they need to do to make the game as good as they can.
yeah. Well,
I ain't rushing it.
uh, there is a lot of rumors and like leaks of information about people that they're hiring and who's coming from what studio to where and things like that. And yeah, they're definitely cooking something up for Metroid Prime 4. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
Hmm.
It's like I said, it's gonna be their game. I feel like that's gonna win Game of the Year when it comes out.
Hmm.
Like
I don't know.
the only,
That's the thing with Metroid. Like, it is known very well with a lot of people, but it never tends to sell very well. It's kind of weird.
well, you gotta remember those that now they're younger, a whole new generation,
That's true.
gamers feel like it's gonna do a lot better with how many shooters are out there.
Hmm.
Fortnite, for example, it grabbed it grabbed everyone's attention for a while there,
Yeah,
but it's
and
like,
sorry, you go. I
no,
didn't mean to interrupt.
no, you're good. But it's like I'm just like I have a feeling that game's gonna definitely skyrocket with the younger kids, especially with the older people who played Metroid when they were younger. Definitely feel like that's gonna just pump in countless dollars for Nintendo.
Hmm. Yeah, Reputation definitely does sell games a lot these days. And Metroid's definitely got some high praise in its pocket, so yeah, we'll see.
That's only time will tell.
Yeah. Okay, so we've been going for an hour now, just under an hour. Uh, so I guess it's time to say our goodbyes. I'm Zenny.
Yeah,
As
I'm
you
Sinny.
might know, Mr. Sinny, aka Jake, has been referring to me as Chris. That is my
Yes.
name. You can find both of us on Twitter. Both of us, we have Twitch accounts. I don't know how soon Cindy will be streaming if he chooses to go through with it, and
Oh, I'll
if
be
he
streaming.
consistently or
I want to.
you want to.
Trust me,
Yeah.
I want to. But again, weather is getting nice.
Mm.
But I will definitely be streaming. I'll probably be streaming most of the time I'm online.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, bike must go outside. But
Mm.
we do also have a Discord,
That is true.
which we will be linking in the comment section or
Mm-hmm.
the description. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys want to check that out, kind of get in touch with us that way too. If you guys don't have Twitter, just happen to have Discord, feel free to join up.
Mm-hmm.
But on
But yeah.
this note, I definitely think it's our goodbye time.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much
All
for
right.
listening.
Yep.
We'll
Stay
be
comfy out there.
exactly. Exactly. All right. Thank you. See you later.
Later.